Hello everyone and welcome to our channel Italy In and Out. I'm Irene.
And I'm Barbara. Hello.
This is our new episode and today we're going to talk about how to find a house when you move abroad. So how you can do it and what could be challenging, and we can give you some advices from our personal experiences.
Okay, exactly. Yeah. Okay. So maybe we can start with the options because I guess that basically there are the two options for living abroad. Maybe you can find a job which already offers an accommodation and you're kind of like sorted out.
Mm-hmm.
So you can avoid all these like room hunting, or you need to look for your accommodation, right?
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
So how can you look for accommodation? You can look online. My first and massive advice is to make sure to see the place before you confirm it. So when you move abroad, before moving abroad, don't just move there with already a house. Make sure that you move to the country first and then you see a place before confirming it. So because there could be some scams and people could trick you into renting a place and then you go there and there's no place at all.
Exactly, yeah. So
Yes.
maybe like it's the best way how to do it. Maybe like a stay over friend, or maybe just get an Airbnb for a while and then like go to see the place, and after that like pay the deposit and money for that, because unfortunately there's a lot of scams going around. So yeah,
Yeah.
that's the safest way to do that.
Um, do you have any advice, Barbara, from your experience? How did you, because I know that you, I think it was in Italy when you found a job and then they were giving you the accommodation as well. Is that correct?
Okay. Well, yeah, that's true. Actually, this happened in Switzerland, in my first job in England as well. So it was quite easy at the beginning. And yeah, but there were a few times I needed to look for accommodation, and I did it in this way. So, I just stayed, yeah, it was a hostel for a week or two. And meanwhile, I was looking for a room to rent. So, yeah, I did the same as we said before. So it
Okay.
works, yeah. Trust the process, yeah.
You trusted the person. Okay.
Yeah.
Um, from my
And what about
experience,
you? Yeah.
yeah, from my experience, I was quite lucky because when I moved to London, I knew someone from my hometown that was already living in London. So I contacted them and I moved in with them. So that was pretty easy. So I got to London and I had already had an accommodation. So that was lucky, but not everyone obviously
Lucky
has
you, yeah. Lucky you.
not everyone has friends around or in the country where they want to move. So it's all about making sure to keep your eyes open and, um, look for a place. Yeah, you can start looking while you're in your hometown, in your own country, but then make sure to look and go check the property before moving in. And perhaps you can ask around, ask, I don't know, like nowadays you can have Facebook or Instagram. You can reach out to the people that you might know, people that know other people, and there's always someone that needs a flatmate or has a place to rent, maybe. Who knows?
Yeah, definitely. So there's always a way to do that. Yeah. But what about experience itself? What was it like when you moved abroad? It was like a new house for you. How did you find it?
Okay, so the thing is, and I moved in with Italians, and I know this is a big boo because because when you move abroad, you should move in with people that speak the language. For example, for me, English. But obviously, I was probably looking for the comfort, for that, I don't know, for that feeling at home kind of thing. So I ended up moving with Italians. So it was pretty easy. I can't complain. But at the same time, it didn't really help with my English. So there's a bit of both. So if I went back, if I could go back in time, I would probably try and look for a place with either English people or people from other nationalities, definitely.
to practice the language. Yeah, they're like you can see the situation from 2 points of view. Like when you're like that kind of shy of person, I think it's somehow better. Like honestly, at the beginning, it's better to move in a house with people of your nationality because you may not feel so homesick, and for your mental health it can help a lot. At the same time, you need to look for other ways how to practice the language because otherwise it might be useless. You just can't speak. If, for example, you are Italian, just Italian all the time, or
Yeah, absolutely.
So maybe for the first month it can be like a good solution, and once you're like already set up and you're like, okay, so this is my new country and I'm going to live actually here, so maybe look for a new accommodation, or try to explore you more to the new language. So
absolutely. How about you? How was your first experience moving into a flat or a house?
yeah, I'm thinking about that. So actually in England it was pretty somehow it was easy at the beginning because I lived with the people of different nationalities, but they used to speak in their language, which is Polish, and Polish is really similar to Slovak language. It's something like Spanish and Italian, and they spoke Polish all the time. So I end up like with basic knowledge of Polish language after all. So
Okay.
okay. And it may come handy in the future.
It comes handy as well. Yeah, exactly.
New language. No, and then when I changed house, there were people from many nationalities, and then it got better, because there were guys basically from all over the world. So I had also Italian housemate, so I could speak Italian at the same time. So basically, I was improving 2 languages at the same
There
time,
you
which
go.
wasn't bad.
That's
Yeah.
great. That's
Yeah.
what you want. Yes.
Yeah, exactly. So I really appreciated the opportunity. And when I moved to Milan, well, my housemates or my flatmates were from all over the world, but they couldn't speak Italian. So once again, I ended up speaking English, which wasn't, at least in my personal experience, it wasn't so bad because I had to speak Italian all day at work. So, I just like
Okay.
keep practicing English at the same time. So it's like a good way, how to like practice both languages at the same time.
Yeah, so
So
both experiences you managed to
yeah,
practice all your
yeah,
languages. That's
yeah,
great.
yeah. So, it's not bad actually. So yeah, in London, I think that like this is dangerous thing that, for example, when you are from Italy, you can find many Italians there, and you just end up
Yes.
speaking Italian all the time. Or when you're from Slovakia or Eastern countries, you can end up with Czechs, Polish people, and somehow after a few months you just manage to understand each other without like really speaking English. So, or in Italy, there's like this danger that many people just can't speak, or many Erasmus students or people from abroad just can't speak Italian. So you end up practicing English all the time. So, yeah.
Yeah, it can be tricky, but also
Yeah.
it's bad and good at the same time.
Yeah, exactly. It really depends, like, on a point of view, and I think that if you can like balance it, for example, you work for Italian company and you speak Italian there, and then you share a house with international is good, or so somehow just there are different ways how to do that. So.
Yeah. Okay,
And
so
also it's really personal experience, so we just can't say, okay, we'll do like this. So it's just more something like to idea to give you today. So that's things might go in various directions. So yeah, it
yeah.
doesn't matter. Okay, so I will move to London, and I will speak English all the time because this brilliant idea is you're not the only one to have it, right? So
Yes.
there we have
Exactly.
millions of people with the same one. So so here we go. Thank you.
Okay.
Yeah.
So to wrap up, what advices can we give to whoever
So
is listening to us?
yeah, so I would say that to be definitely careful, to check everything like twice before and to have a look at that place and don't pay anything in advance if you have that opportunity. I know that if you are coming, for example, from New Zealand, it's quite difficult to just come and to have a look around. So, all right. But if you can manage it somehow, so definitely something we recommend to do, I guess. And yeah, just be prepared that you need to pay deposit and you need to pay maybe a few months of rent in advance. So at the beginning, it means like a huge amount of money. It's really, really huge. There's some fees for agency, so it might be really challenging at the beginning. So, and yeah, and just be tolerant in that house because you will live with people, all different nationalities. I remember my classmates in England, and they're like from India, Saudi Arabia, Italians. There is an English girl, and then we're from New Zealand, and so we are like we all of us has our habits and something.
Yeah, everyone has their own different
yeah,
ways
exactly.
of living and habits. Absolutely. Yeah. You need to be very patient.
Yeah, exactly.
Yes.
And about like cleaning standard, if you can say that. So yeah, like honestly, you might find about like who is going to clean the bathroom this way. So
yes.
Yeah, so be prepared for that. You know?
There should be a rota. I remember we used to have like there's people that they make like a rota and it's like a schedule so they can decide who's going to clean the bathroom this week and who's going to clean the kitchen this week. So I think it's kind of a good way so that there's kind of everyone is contributing at the same time.
Yeah, but did it really respect that rota?
No one really does.
But really work. Okay, good to know.
Yes.
So just be really tolerant. So yeah, okay. And just think that maybe it's like a temporary because in a while you can just find your own place to like maybe like a small studio, you know. So it's just the beginning. The beginning might be challenging in many ways, like linguistically or like economically, whatever. It's just beginning, and after a few months you just can get over, and the things will start improving. So yeah, don't worry about that.
Yes, it'll all be fine.
Yeah, okay. So I think this is our final advice for you for this topic. So thank you very much for watching us today. We are looking forward to see you in our next episode. If you have any questions, doubts, suggestions, please feel free to write under this video. We'll be happy to answer it. And see you soon at this point.
See you soon.
Okay,
Bye-bye.
bye-bye.